this thing. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Floyd here. Another episode from the cage. We have something else here. This is the PDA concept guitar. Slides right in here. Do this little number. You can plug it in. And apparently it had you could loop on it and you could punch in some chords and maybe some song lyrics. That was all the rage in the early 2000s, before the cell phones and whatnot. So we have our buddy Tim Teel that's going to elaborate a little bit more on this.
Okay, so for all of you old timers, you remember having to keep track of your calendar in a day timer, which was also a local company around this area. They produced, a paper-bound calendar, so you could write your notes. You could start putting your appointments in a nice, organized way. Well, as technology developed, PDAs became the thing to have, and this is before, the cell phones as we know them. Cell phones were just cell phones back in those days. So computer companies like Hewlett-Packard and Compaq, they made their version of a PDA, which is a personal data assistant, and this particular one. The idea came from Mr. Chris Martin. He was on a business trip at the time and read about a PDA and, how do they work, and it seemed very intriguing. So one day he came back and he said, hey, do you think we could incorporate a PDA in an acoustic guitar, and how could we use it? So we put together this particular concept guitar, and what I mean by concept, this was never produced as anything other than we took it to a couple trade shows to show, hey, some point in time, electronics and acoustic guitars may marry up into something pretty substantial. What was fun, once it was working, of course the battery has long died, but you were able to bring up a set list, you were able to bring up lyrics. So as you're playing the guitar on stage, you could, if you forgot your set list or lyrics, you could recall them pretty quickly. It also had a record function in it. So you could record yourself, save that, and it was a very early form of what you know today as a looper. Also had a little drum track thing in it, so you could play like drums through your PA system along with your guitar, so you could actually have some rhythm behind what you were doing. Personally, what I find intriguing is when we're asked to do something or there's a challenge put in front of us to come up with a new way of looking at an old product, because the acoustic guitar has been around a long time and we do them really well. There's no doubt. You can always buy probably one of the best guitars ever made and continues to be. But when we're challenged with things like this, for me personally, it's great because I'm able to, work on a few perspectives other than what we normally do when we develop new products. So today's version of this, obviously, is, your cell phone. The cell phones have developed way beyond a cell phone. They're a camera. You can do your banking on them. So there's really no need at this point to have a physical unit growing out of a guitar. In today's world, or in the future world, I can foresee the guitar interacting with your personal phone device. So overall, it was a fun project. Again, another interesting, challenging piece to do. And as you know today, there are other guitar companies who've kind of latched onto this. So I think we were a little ahead of our time on this one.
I want to thank Tim Teel for helping us out with another episode of From the Cage. Can't wait to see what we have next month. See you then.